Hey, what's up YouTube? It's ICU. Today Apple has seeded the 6th beta iteration of iOS 10 to registered developers and the corresponding public beta to those enrolled in the public testing program. Again, public beta number 5. Now we're going to get into all of the changes beta 6 features over its predecessor, how to install iOS 10, whether we're talking about the public beta testing iteration or the one intended for developers, and how to downgrade back to iOS 9.3.x. Before we get into all of that though, just be sure to drop this video a like if you guys appreciate these constant updates. I know I would appreciate it if you would. Now, let's get into this. First of all, opening up Apple's Developer Center again, which is only accessible to those who are official Apple developers. So as you'll notice here, under the featured download section, we have iOS 10 beta 6, and getting a close-up right beneath the build number, we have the post date listed as today's date, August 15th, 2016. So what changes does iOS 10 beta 6 feature over its predecessor? Well, I'm glad you asked. We don't have many this time around, and the reason for that is because Apple's starting to speed up beta releases. Again, last week was the first beta iteration that was issued only 1 week following its predecessor, and again, today marks the second beta with only a week spacing the two. So whereas iOS 10 betas 1 through 4, and maybe even beta 5 if you count the revised lock sound as a substantial new change, brought new and exciting features to iOS 10, beta 6, and future beta iterations will just be focused on stability improvements and squashing bugs before iOS 10 goes live, because guess what? It's going to be released in September. So in 1 month, probably in the first 2 weeks, because according to rumors, that's when the next iPhone is going to be issued, and new iterations of iOS always drop right before the next iPhone. So iOS 10 will probably be released to the general public about 1 month from now. We may already have it, in fact, on September 15th. We don't know quite yet. We will know more soon. So of course, click the subscribe button below next to my channel name. That way you won't miss out on full iOS 10 and iPhone 7 details. So as for the changes in this beta, again, beta 6, it does remedy a number of bugs. Search hints now function as expected in the Messages store, and Siri offers an appropriate response when a request requires a removed app. A bug that caused sticker packs inside of applications to appear blank has been fixed, and there are several other changes as well. Also, individuals with iPads on iOS 10 beta are now reporting that the ongoing issues with the dock as well as the wallpaper selection tool inside of the Settings app have been resolved. And that's basically it. The only other real thing is that beta 5's ability to use Touch ID to purchase apps even after a reboot is still present, which may suggest that it's a feature instead of a bug. So while this does seem like it lessens security, it is an improvement, at least from a usability standpoint. It's nothing too major. However, I'd like to see it be rolled back to pre-iOS 10 beta 5. What do you guys think? Of course, though, I highly value security as well as privacy. What do you guys think? Let me know. Now that pretty much wraps up all of the changes for iOS 10 beta 6. That's it, guys. We don't have many this time around, and as I said, future betas will probably mirror this one in the sense that they won't really change anything too radically. Again, iOS 10 is already a massive shift from iOS 9, and Apple's added even new features since iOS 10 beta 1, which is definitely good on them. Now, let's get into how to install it if you are interested. So it's actually very simple. First, though, we're going to go over how to upgrade from an earlier iteration of iOS 10 beta to this latest one. Again, so if you're on iOS 10 beta 1 through beta 5, this is how you actually update to today's beta release. Now the exact same thing applies if you are on the public beta iteration. Again, guys, it's so easy. All you have to do is just launch up the Settings app, go inside of General, followed by Software Update, and you will see an available update. Again, we have iOS 10 Developer Beta 6, and then all you have to do once it is downloaded is just ensure that you do have at least a 50% charge level or that your device is plugged in, and once it is, then you can, of course, tap the Install Now button down below at the bottom, and it's as easy as just waiting. That's all you have to do. Everything will be taken care of on device. You don't need a computer for this. Now, you also don't need a computer if you are updating from iOS 9.3.x or even an earlier iteration of iOS 9 to iOS 10. The only thing that you need to take into account is that you cannot be jailbroken if you are updating to iOS 10 beta. So if you are jailbroken, you will need to restore. Again, though, I definitely don't recommend upgrading. It's incredibly risky because while Apple is still signing iOS 9.3.3, the latest firmware supported by the Pangu Yahoo jailbreak, iOS 9.3.4 is actually the latest public firmware, and that closes the jailbreak. Apple will soon stop signing iOS 9.3.3, and then you'll only be able to restore to iOS 9.3.4. So if you miss that window, you will be locked out of jailbreaking. Just wanted to let you guys know that in advance. Now, the steps to get on the public beta are identical to those to get on the developer beta. However, I definitely recommend the public beta this time, seeing as it has not only the exact same features and changes as the developer beta, but it was also released on the exact same day this time around. So we're going to quickly go over that. First, just note that the only thing that differs throughout this entire process is just which profile you obtain and how you obtain it. So down below in the description, there will be information on the developer beta profile. For the public beta one though, all you have to do is navigate to beta.apple.com, scroll down a little bit and tap on sign up. Then just log in using your exact same Apple ID that you use to download and acquire things either through the App Store or through iTunes. After you do that, you're going to need to go to beta.apple.com/profile and just sign in again with that exact same Apple ID. Now, you may receive an agreement screen. You have to agree to it, and then it could push you back, in which case you just need to return to beta.apple.com/profile, sign in again if it kicks you out, and then just download the profile. Now, the following steps are identical again if you are going with the developer profile instead. All you have to do is just install said profile, input your passcode during the process if it asks, then just reboot. After you reboot, you're going to just launch up the settings application, go inside of General, Software Update, and you should see an available update there for iOS 10 beta, either the developer one or the public one. It's really just as easy as that. Now, downgrading is also pretty easy. All you have to do is just obtain your device's corresponding iOS 9.3.x IPSW. After you've done that, just connect your device to your computer via a standard USB cable. By the way, full downgrade instructions should be in your cards now, as well as linked down below in the description. Once it's connected, go to the device overview screen, and then depending on which computer you have, you're going to hold down Shift if you're on a Windows-based PC, or the Option or Alt key if you're on a Mac, and then left-click check for update. After you do that, you're going to point the window at your iOS 9.3.x IPSW and let the update go through. What it's going to do is just downgrade your device back to iOS 9.3.x. However, your music app may experience complications following that downgrade. If that's the case for you, again, leave your device connected to your computer, back up inside of iTunes, and hold the exact same key down on your keyboard. Shift on Windows or Option or Alt on a Mac, and then this time left-click Restore, point the window at that exact same iOS 9.3.x IPSW, and let the restore go through. After it does, restore from the backup that you just created, and you will have all data on your device and everything should work just fine. It's really as simple as that. You only have to do the last few steps if you are experiencing complications with your music application. And there will also be another tutorial linked down below in the description with the exact same timestamp for how to fix that music app problem. So if that's confusing for you, maybe it will help you to have a dedicated video talking about it. All right, and finally, before we conclude here, I also wanted to say that once you guys do downgrade from iOS 10 to iOS 9.3.x, remember you can still go back to iOS 9.3.3 as of recording this video. That won't last for long though, but if you are able to go back to the latest jailbreakable firmware, you can of course jailbreak via jailbreakme9.com inside of Safari. Just navigate to it. You don't even need a computer. Just ensure that you do take everything into account that's listed in the video found in the important info section. So if you are able to go back and jailbreak, just tap on important info, watch through that video entirely, and then proceed with the download and jailbreak process through the Pangu Combination PP app. That's it, guys. That's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Again, I really hope you liked it and that it helped you out. Be sure to drop it a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Of course, click the subscribe button below next to my channel name and like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter if you want to be updated even more frequently. And until next time, this is ICU signing out. Join the iCrack Your iDevice community on Patreon to help out the channel and to be featured in videos similar to these top contributors. Click the link on your screens now if you're on desktop, or check below.